said the guys that was coming up with me, and they was in the streets a lot, he was telling them, like, you can't have 1 foot in and
Calvin would become upset with the men who were coming up with me and were frequently on the streets. He would tell them things like, you can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You have to be all the way in it. What's up, boxing family? You won't believe what just happened to Gervonta Tank. Although Davis has formally severed his relationship with his longtime mentor and coach, Calvin Ford, the big stunner is yet to come. Grab your popcorn because we're going to go into the details of this explosive split, why Calvin joined Floyd Mayweather, and what this means for Tank's future in the ring. If you're new here or need a refresher, let's go back a little to discuss how close Tank and Calvin were. This wasn't just any boxer-trainer relationship, rather it was more than that. From his difficult upbringing to becoming one of boxing's most feared knockout artists, Calvin Ford was more like a father figure to Tank, leading him through the most difficult fights in and out of the ring. Tank was accompanied by Calvin at every turn, and Ford was there to keep him motivated and focused. Who would you like to see as a man and his trainer, who acts as a father figure to him and trains him constantly? You both know him from the streets of Baltimore, so you know him well. Who would you like to see Tank fight next? I want him to get all of them that ran their mouths. As Tank's career took off, things started to get complicated, especially with Floyd Mayweather getting involved. Floyd wasn't just a promoter for Tank, he wanted full control over Tank's career, and Calvin was caught in the middle of it all. Floyd saw Tank as his golden goose, but Calvin saw Tank as his own man and someone who didn't need Floyd calling every shot. Landing deals much bigger than Floyd ever did, talking about humbling the king set you off, and you thought, I got to do that. Since many people are unaware of Floyd's abilities, you feel as though he was soobing you like, oh, he was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at Floyd. Yes, I was. Thinking that because I feel like I don't say love-hate, but it seems like after your last interview, you showed them love this week. Whatever the case, is it sometimes like, is it just like big bro, little bro, seeing things differently? Or what is it to It's just Floyd don't never feel as though I'm at that point where though I pass him and I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when FL was a 29, you'll see, bro? That contract I'm referring to, yes, he hasn't heard about it yet, but it's greater than his agreement, damn you, and I'm simply releasing something exclusive. Oh, don't cap the Floyd deal. That's a lot of bread, you'll see it's going to come out. Rumors started flying about how Floyd was constantly trying to put his influence over Tank's decisions. And Calvin wasn't vibing with that. Calvin wanted to be the one guiding Tank, while Floyd wanted to manage every move like he was still the one in the ring. Tank got frustrated with Floyd's constant interference, especially as Floyd was pushing for more control over the direction of his career. But Calvin, he tried to stay loyal to both sides, keeping things cool. Little did he know, though, that trying to play the peacekeeper would come back to bite him, so we talked about Tank in the business. Now there's talk that he could be leaving Mayweather promotion. He said he was to Brian Custer that this is his last fight. Everybody missing he's leaving its business, right? For sure, good business. We going to do what business? We're not leaving each other. It's just not on contract, okay? So you're still going to do business with, I got you right, you have to do business. They brothers, right? They brothers, ain't. You got to remember they the best in boxing. You got Al and Floyd, come on. But it's just good how excited for him to have that flexibility. It's good because Canelo do it. Not Ron Garcia did it. It's been done right. It's been done. What I'm saying. The final nail in the coffin. Tank's most recent opponent, Lamont Roach, is being trained by Floyd Mayweather to visualize being a Tank. The guy who used to promote you and help you build yourself is out here training your opponent when Davis is facing your next big battle. It's as if Floyd wanted to show a point, and Tank was not having it and saw it as a huge betrayal. Tank already felt that Floyd was attempting to discredit him, so when Floyd now trains the man who will enter the ring against him, it was a slap in the face. Where was Calvin during all of this? He remained out of the drama and didn't say anything, but for Tank, that was nearly as bad as Floyd's betrayal. By being silent, Calvin seemed to be supporting Floyd, or at the very least failing to defend him. Tank made the bold decision to fire Calvin Ford amid all of this drama because he wanted Calvin to stand by him and confront Floyd about his actions. But Calvin didn't do that, and Tank took it personally. Tank made it clear that he was ready for a new chapter free from the Mayweather baggage. And Derek James was the person he turned to because he knows his stuff. And get this, Derek, James has a history with Tank. In fact, James trained Frank Martin. Yes, Tank's most recent opponent is where things start to go crazy. You have to see these dudes, man. Derek James has been watching Tank for a long and is aware of his fighting style, but instead of attempting to stop Tank, he has been asked to train him for his next bout. Excellent F. He was a Golden Glove champ from Indianapolis, right? That's right. Golden Glove champ. Yeah, man. And he's got some skills, dog. Like I was like, that's a good one to add to the squad if you're going to add one. Is he? I think he's like 26, so he's still young. Still, and listen. This thing about he's still getting better. He's still cuz this our third fight together. So you got to understand, like, once he gets everything I'm telling him on the growth process, he's going to be amazing. And listen, he may be fighting for a world championship pretty soon, so I was going to say I wouldn't mind watching him and Gervonta Davis. Same way, yeah, like the ASP before, the same way, yeah, they have spar before they spar before, yeah. Because how'd that go? I don't know, I wouldn't. Me? What you think about Gervonta Davis? I like him as an individual, man. I like him, I know him, and I like him. I think it'll be a good fight. I think that Frank matches up pretty well, yep, but most of the guys that Gervonta I think will be probably the toughest one teaming up with Derek is Tank's way of saying he's ready to reach new heights. He needed a coach who wasn't tangled up in all the old drama, someone who could actually help him grow as a fighter. But then, what about Ford? Well, Calvin, Ford shocked everyone. Instead of just moving on or training a different fighter, he joined Mayweather Promotions. The fact that the guy who was meant to have Tank's back is now working with Floyd is like the ultimate plot twist. It's almost as if Calvin took Tank and fired him directly, and now he's acting to show that he supports Floyd. I also want to discuss the Floyd dilemma, as you are aware that Floyd is Floyd. That's like Tank is Tank Man. But at the end of the day, the man is pursuing greatness, and you should be supporting that. I always tell you that you should be supporting that, but again, that's how you burn prizes. Someone said, the true colors of a person that's coming out, man, they can't stand it. I don't like to use that word, Cal, but our Lord knows, and he knows why Calvin would do this. Perhaps he felt that Tank had pushed him out, as if he wasn't valued after all the years he spent helping him. Or perhaps he's simply tired of the drama and sees a better future for himself with Floyd's team. Let's face it, this hurts Tank's career and his trust, and he's probably wondering if he was ever truly in his corner, or if he was just sticking around for the ride. Calvin is the only person who truly knows how to beat Tank. They have trained together for years, developed strategies, and worked on his weaknesses. Now that he is a part of Mayweather's promotions, he has the chance to use all of that knowledge against Tank. Imagine him teaching other fighters under Floyd's tutelage, or even mentoring a new prodigy who is poised to challenge Tank. This could be a huge advantage for Floyd's team, and Tank must understand that this is not just a professional split, but a strategic blow that could haunt him in the ring. Do you ever worry about being canceled by who as a member of the LGBT community? I adore the Biden community. I want to inform you that our business will not be attending any UFC fights. Who is this guy, and are you correct? For a living, Pawn, you sell stationary thing cycles.